Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I am your host, Chuck Fulkerson, on a beautiful Tuesday morning, Tuesday, March 13th. You know, I kind of feel bad for Tuesday. Everybody talks about Monday, Wednesday's hump day, Thursday's Friday Eve, Friday's Friday, Tuesday, well, it's just Tuesday. But that's okay. It's going to be a great day today as we have a lot of fun stuff for you. So for those of you new to the channel, welcome to the Daily Market Commentary. Glad you're able to find us. Do me a favor, click the subscribe button down below, and please give us a like if you enjoy the content of these videos, and remember to share them with your friends. For those of you new to the channel, we look at the same 10 to 12 futures markets every day, trying to identify good trading opportunities from an educational standpoint for both reversals as well as breakouts. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So starting with the S&P. You know, yesterday I had talked about a potential for a breakdown out of this little area, and we did get a little bit of a breakdown. Wound up breaking down for about 7 or 8 points. We did not get as big of a move as I anticipated. And one of the things I had said yesterday was if we get a strong breakdown out of here, we could come down, and then we'll probably come right back to where we were, because I really believe that we weren't going to do a whole lot of movement before the CPI release later today. And so that's kind of exactly what we had happen, except we just didn't get much of a breakdown. It's just been kind of, I'm going to use a technical trading term here. Ugh. There's just not been a whole lot of movement out of there. So I'm going to remove this line. Some of you maybe were able to catch a few points on that. If not, you should have been out at break even at the worst. And those are, you know, never going to be bad trades to take when they do show up on your side. So what are we looking at for today? Well, for today, you know, I'm not willing to take a short on this level up here, this high, because I think there's a chance that we can push through there. When I go back a bit further and I look at this on, say, a 4-hour chart, I think there's going to be maybe a little bit of resistance right up through here, as well as we've got an area identified here on the smaller time frame. You can see that it's a purple line, so that means we found it on the 15-minute chart. Now, that's a little bit of an older level and an older area. This whole region will be tough for it to get through. The S&P is not our top performing market. The Nasdaq is our top performing market right now. So we may see a reversal at one of those levels. I will tell you, for today, I think it makes sense that if we get a breakout above here, I could see you getting along above 2804, but I'm not sure the Nasdaq would, or the S&P would be the market I'd want to do that in. You might be more apt to do that in the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, we are chopping around. If we get above this 7185, it may make sense to take a little bit of a long on the Nasdaq off of that area, coming off of this brand new all-time high. I'd much rather go long a breakout of an all-time high than I would short it. I can go back to my saying: you can don't ever tug on Superman's cape, don't spit into the wind, and don't short an all-time high. And so I'm not going to be shorting the all-time high here in this Nasdaq. Although we are rising on weakened volume, I am still not willing to short this Nasdaq. So if you're going to take a breakout long, I think your better opportunities to take a breakout long in the Nasdaq than it is in the S&P. If you get a reversal, these areas below become pretty decent pullback opportunities. So for the now, there's not a whole lot I'm going to add based on what happened yesterday. So let's take a look at crude oil. So in crude, we've got really 3 or 4 areas set up on this chart, and none of which have come into play quite yet. Had thought that we may get filled on this area yesterday. We were unable to get enough of a rally to get filled on it. It came pretty close from our reversal to our reversal point, but did not quite get up into there to give us the entry. The level still stands. It's still very valid. You know, there is going to be a potential for a breakdown short below the 6113 for those of you that are looking for a breakdown opportunity as well. I think that that may come into play. But once again, nothing I'm going to necessarily want to add. Gold. I am going to put this line here in gold today because we've been teasing this 1315. You could get a breakdown below this 1315 all the way down to 1300. So I'm going to keep this in play for today as an opportunity. Looking at our bond markets, our bonds still holding above our breakout short line. That breakout short line's been in place for a number of days. There's no reason for me to add anything to my chart in bonds. And the Aussie. What am I looking for in the Aussie? Well, we've got a little bit of an area right up in here, but once again, we've got this chop in play, and this chop in play is something for us to pay attention to. So I'm going to put a breakout long above this chop area here. This is, you know, kind of a tight base breakout opportunity here above the 78.87 region. In the euro, we've got very much of the same, although I like it in the Aussie better than I do in the euro just due to relative strength. And then in the Canadian dollar, we still have our breakout short below this level here, and we have not come anywhere near that. So not a whole lot to add today is really my point. And this is why we leave the lines on the charts, because trading shouldn't take your entire day. Matter of fact, you should be able just to go in, and if you save the lines on your charts, just update what you've done in the past. You know, I've spent a lot of years working with hundreds, if not thousands of traders. And one of the biggest things that I see that they do is duplication of efforts, and they don't always save the notations and the lines that they create on the charts. So make sure that you're saving those lines and notations that you create on your charts so that you understand what you've done in your analysis. You don't have to redo it. And that's kind of, you know, why I try to make sure that I get this video up every day, because I want you to see the consistency it takes in order to really get that level of success that you are looking for. Japanese yen, we had a breakdown short, so that breakdown did hit, and it's continuing to run down. So hopefully you're able to catch that move as it's continuing to run. I think it's a good time to take your stop, lock in some profits, move it down into this region here. So if you took that Japanese yen, do the happy dance and leave a comment in the comment section down below. That's always good to know about. So not a whole lot to add for today. Just keep an eye on the economic reports as they come out. I want to throw something up here real quick because I think it's worth noting. I'm going to throw the VIX up here right quick. And throwing the VIX up here real quick, what we can see is that the VIX is, you know, has come down significantly. We're sitting down at 15, but just in the last, you know, from March 2nd to today, we've come down from 26 to 15. I think there's a good chance that if the market continues to rally, we're going to be back around that 11 and 12 range. We're going to suck the volatility back out all over again, and we're just going to continue to march higher. I'm still going to be very conscious of marching higher on decreased volume. Keep an eye on the volume signature that's being presented, because the volume signature being presented right now, if we are marching higher on lower volume and every down day is on higher volume, that can signal a potential reversal. So just keep that in mind and know where your line in the sand is. And if you've got any questions on that, please feel free to reach out. My email address is chuck@iiefinancial.com. And I will gladly answer any questions that I can for you. So until tomorrow, everybody, hope you have a great trading day, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Later.